What's up, guys? My name is Luke Daughtry and I'm back with another video. Today we are on beautiful Lake Eufaula again, fishing deep. Fishing by myself today. I got the fiberglass bass boat today, and I'm throwing 8XD today, and throwing the minnow and throwing the porcupine egg and going to tops and catching some fish. So y'all sit back, y'all relax, and y'all stay tuned. Alrighty guys, we stopped at this first spot. I'm kind of looking at some brush tops and stuff out here. Now I'm gonna throw this Uncle Freddy's Jigs porcupine egg in, and we're gonna see if we can't get a couple of bites throwing that thing around. It takes a while to get down there, but we're gonna get down there to him and we're gonna see if he won't bite. There he is! First cast! Come on, baby. Come on, baby, get up. Oh, it's a catfish, first cast. Up there, it's a catfish. All right, hold on. All right, hold on. Well, folks, I cannot kid you this enough. That was first cast with the Uncle Freddy's Jigs porcupine egg. That was insane. Probably a nice little 2-3 pound cat. I saw him on the side imaging before all of that. I wasn't too sure what they are. Well, now I know at least one of them was a catfish. But there's a bunch of stuff in these tops. And they're not really tops. They're more like standing trees. But that was first chunk on this new spot here. That was interesting. Got one. He ain't a giant, but he will do. Nice little one. Ain't very big, but he will do after a little drought not getting any bites. He will do. He's a little fat filler too. So right now I'm fishing a big spinnerbait, and no, I think I missed him. Yeah, I did. What I was doing was I was teeter-tottering it over a limb. And I was about to talk to y'all, you know, give a little feedback on what I was doing, but, well, now I got to retie. But I was sitting there teeter-tottering it over a limb, and that fish pulled the rod down, and I missed him. So, because I was sitting back here talking to y'all. Most of my friends. There he was. Dang. Dang. I don't know how I missed him. He must have just grabbed the tail because hook sharp. Got to go fishing down. Oh! Did I get him? Yeah. Spotted bass. Quit. Quit now. Quit now. Spotted bass. Woo-hoo. Spotted bass. This is the spotted bass variety. These suckers are aggressive. They're way more aggressive than largemouth are. And that sucker right there is a little chunkier than a largemouth usually is. They sit out on these ledges. He ate that crankbait up. He ate it like a ton of bricks. I think I got it going. Oh, I do got it going. I do got it going. This is a better fish right here. Better than the last two. Ah. Hold on, let me run up here. Put a mark down. Yes, sir. On the 8XD. Let's go, baby. Whew. Oh, on the 8XD, baby. Man, I could see him in there whenever I ran it through there. I could see him coming out there like a swarm of hornets, man. A little better of a large, spot. A little better of a spot right there. Maybe a pound and a half. I thought it was a little bit better of a fish the way he loaded up the rod, but nonetheless. Now, some of y'all might be, why do you run up there and mark? Why'd you run up there and mark? From what I've learned from listening to my dad and listening to my grandfather as he talks, the biggest thing about fish deep is angles. So, like I'm gonna pull back up here to where I just was. I'm gonna throw right back in that top. And I'm gonna see if I can't get another bite. Because angles are everything whenever you're fishing deep like this. Now what they would have done was triangulate a spot on the bank with a spot on the other side. So they would have had them 2 points on either side that they would have marked in their mind. And I'm just not good at that. So I run up here and put me down a dot for boat position. And then I look for that little spot that I threw in. And now I'm back in the same position to get another bite. Now, the nice thing about this rod, it bends a lot. So, like my dad told me the other day, he was like, man, I'm scared you're gonna hit yourself in the back of the head with it because the rod just bends so much with these big crankbaits on it. But what that does is it allows you to throw a crankbait much further. There he is, I think. I think so. Come here, fish. Is that a fish? But what that does, that allows you to throw a crankbait further, which is half the battle. You need distance on a crankbait to get it to go down, and then you need speed. And these flimsier little crankbait rods, they don't, they bend much more, allowing you to fish them a little more effectively. And also, whenever you get a bite, they'll pull out really easily, like the treble hooks will on a crankbait, because you're just winding so fast, so hard. They can pull out, and so sometimes that little flimsier rod helps hold the hooks in, because it gives a little backbone, a little springiness. So that's another reason, if you don't have some kind of spinnerbait rod or a crankbait rod or something a little bit lighter, action. Definitely like a fiberglass rod has always been the standard, I guess, is a glass rod. They bend more, but they're so heavy. I used to have a fake crankbait rod. We turned it. It actually had a little bit too much backbone. I didn't really like it for throwing crankbaits. It wouldn't throw them as far as I wish they would. And so now it's a chatterbait rod. But that's besides the point. If you're throwing deep crankbaits like I am, get you some kind of crankbait rod. It'll save you, it'll save you money, and it'll save you some fish. So, another thing that I will do every once in a while, especially on a spot where I know there's multiple fish on it, it's not just one. There's not just 1.5 pound spot, you know, on a place. I'll circle the entire thing. I'll go 360 around it, or at least 180. Sometimes I'll just, you know, flip the direction they're seeing the bait coming from. Sometimes that'll work. It'll help. You'll pick up another one, or I mean, another one in a tournament can be it. So, whenever you're fishing with crankbaits and stuff like that, or you're fishing tops or whatever it is, or you're fishing a ledge, my dad was always you fish from the creek or the river, whatever it is, and you're throwing up on top of the ledge. I'm more of a sit on top of the ledge, throw off type of fella, because I feel like I get the entire ledge whenever I fish it. But how that, you know, throwing from the river to the top of the ledge, that'll get more crankbait bites than worm bites. And usually I'm also looking at this cheater box up here, so you know, looking at it, I'm looking at scattered fish and stuff. There he is, there he is, there he is. And you see what that'll get you, folks? Sometimes if you swap angles on them, move around on them, kind of find a new point of view, you can catch another one. That's why I always, whenever I'm fishing a spot, you know, cranking, especially if I know that there should be multiples of them there, I go around that place 360 degrees to pick up another one. Now, he ain't as good as the first one, but he will do. And I'm throwing this 8XD. This is one of the first times I've ever caught a fish on an 8XD. This one's brand new. And yeah, I kind of got a little close to that school of fish. Truly, I got on top of them fish. Got about 20 foot away from them, you know, 25 foot. And came kind of right over the top of them, and whenever it broke up, he grabbed it. But that just goes to show, if you swap up kind of your angles and swap up how you're hitting these fish, sometimes you'll collect another one, or sometimes maybe two if you got a buddy with you. Alright guys, that's the end of the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Big thanks to Uncle Freddy's Jigs for sponsoring today's video. If y'all have any questions about any of the baits I used today in this video, leave them down in the comments. We got a website in development right now for for Uncle Freddy's Jigs. Whenever that comes up, I'll let y'all guys know. And as always, y'all be safe. And we will see you in the next one.